Hey everyone, in this video we're going to learn about uh, how is minerals important for plants and the structure of leaf and yeah. So first, let's talk about how is mineral important for plants. So actually, in God every plant, if it just lack of one minerals, you probably just get a poor growth. Yeah, every plant's like this. Even human is same. You got no calcium, you got ricket, or you got osteoporosis. So in plants, if you lack of nitrogen, you will get a chlorosis, which means that your leaf will turn yellow because lack of chlorophyll. Yeah. So whatever how it work, I mean, yeah, just doesn't matter. Just see the result. So I mean the how nitrogen work in plants is probably in more higher level, not in this video, right? So if your plant is lack of phosphorus, so it will get like the leaf end will become purple, and don't ask me why, not in this video. So yeah, and then the also if your plant is lack of phosphorus, the root will get a poor growth, not only the plant itself, and also the if your plant is lack of potassium, so the leaf end will blacken, like become black. And last is magnesium. Same as nitrogen, if you lack of it, it will got chlorosis. And for these four, or just if you lack one, basically is poor growth. Yeah. So let's move on to the structure of a leaf. So for structure of a leaf, it's actually easy to remember. So first, start from head to the bottom. So the upper stuff is cuticle, which can prevent the water loss. Because if you are living things, basically every stuff on your body is made from living things. So the leaf, the upper epidermis, is also a cell. It also will lose water. So to prevent it to lose those water, like there's a lot of sunshine and evaporation rates will increase. So you have to prevent it, right? So the way to prevent it is quite easy. Just put on some cuticles. Yeah, that was it. And then move to the lower part, upper epidermis. Yeah, just it. And more lower to the inside of the leaf. Even though it's quite small, actually, if you just grab a leaf on some street, yeah, you crack it open, you can't see anything because it cells so as small. So inside a leaf, there's two mesophyll. One is palisade mesophyll, like rectangle stuff. I probably just put a leaf diagram here because it's even I just talk, you can just know what the fuck is that. Yeah, and the middle one is a tube. We transfer a like nutrition, minerals, water, food to the leaf. Yeah, leaf basically the respiration and photosynthesis. They occurs at the same time, or else with only photosynthesis they probably die because they got no air. Yeah. So uh, just a reminder that at night plants can do photosynthesis. So in the middle one, there got a tube-like stuff. So the upper one is called xylem. The lower one is called phloem. The xylem is carry water and minerals mainly. So and for phloem, it carry mainly food, nutrition stuff, whatever. And for this stuff, we're gonna talk about later. Yeah, not in this video. In this video, we just talk about leaf. So leaf, then the lower parts we got spongy mesophyll. Yeah, just a not highly packed mesophyll cell. And then for a more lower part is a lower epidermis. And in the lower epidermis, it mainly got some stomata. Yeah, that's how we call it. A air hole for them to breathe. Or else because the upper or lower epidermis both got cuticles. So if they just don't open a air hole, they'll probably just die. Yeah, because there's no air actually. So the lower part we got stomata. It's not meaning that the upper part got no stomata. It also got stomata, but not much as the lower part because those leaf, this side is facing the sun, right, and the lower part is not facing the sun. Even though the temperature is hot, it don't affect it. I mean, it is way cooler than the upper part getting sunshine. Yeah. So the stomata is just they're scar cells. Like if the temperature is high or the water loss is too much, they will close the stomata by the guard cell. They're just some not very, like left hand side is not same as right hand side. Their one side is thicker than another side. So if they got turgid, so their cell will be like like for example is from this and then they turgid and boom, they close it. That's it. Yeah. So basically, how they do inhalation, exhalation, I mean respiration. So it's actually easy. I mean, our talk about is diffusion, right? Just concentration gradient, the difference, the causing diffusion. Osmosis is water, not other stuff. Other stuff is always called diffusion. So they do it by diffusion because it don't require energy. It is a auto movement, right? So diffusion, they got a stomata, right? The air come inside to the spongy mesophyll, and then it just keep diffuse to the more upper cell, like palisade mesophyll, and then after it go to the palisade mesophyll, they just do gas exchange. Not meaning the spongy mesophyll don't do, they also do, but because there are lots of air, right? So they will transfer up for the whole leaf. So after they do those respiration, the carbon dioxide will just get diffused out, also from the stomata. Yeah, that's easy, right? So, I mean, yeah, just remember how they breathe. And also, yeah, maybe for next video, I'm gonna talk about xylem and phloem. But this video, we focus on leaves, so we're gonna talk about other plants. Like, not only we got plants on ground, not they live all on dirt. There are also some plants got submerged or it is a floating plant. So for submerged plants, they actually got almost not meaning 100% is not, but almost got no stomata. Because they're basically always just get submerged in those water. They won't get direct sunlight. That means that they won't get direct evaporation. And also because they are surrounded by water, so they can basically just got no cuticles. They don't need cuticles surround them to prevent water loss. They don't need it because there's always so many water for them, right? And yeah, basically. So they don't need to prevent water loss. So they don't get cuticle. And also because they're underwater, even you got stomata, you just suck water. There's got no usage. So they basically got almost no stomata. But for gas exchange, they can do also in water. So remember, if there's submerged plant, there's almost no stomata and cuticles. And then we move on to a floating plant. Floating plant means that it still got a side facing sun. sunlight also can shine it, but the backside is not air, it's water. So on the backside, they got also no cuticle because there's always water. They're not lack of water, and they don't need water. They don't need cuticle and stomata in water, right? Just like a submerged plant, but they're just got one side facing the air. So on the backside, there's almost no stomata and no cuticles. But on the upper side, it's just same as the ground plant. So they got some stomata and also cuticles, just normal as some ground plant. But for a normal ground plant, they got like just what I said. So also I'm going to you need to know one thing. I mean, like, what is a compensation point? Exam might ask. So a compensation point basically meaning that if like the photosynthesis rate and the respiration rate is the same. So what I mean is the carbon dioxide net release of carbon dioxide is same as net uptake of carbon dioxide. So it is the compensation point or zero. Alright, you got me? So I guess that's it. So to sum it up, um, now you know what the minerals do if they're lack of them. So they will got some deficiency disease, and also the structure of the leaf and how they breathe. Yeah, basically just that. And probably I also introduced what is a xylem, what is a phloem, what they carry, and also for different type of plants, how they do gas exchange and what's the difference. And finally, I also talk about its compensation points. So that's it. Yeah, study more and don't give up. Bye.